Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. And maybe the doctor's right. Maybe I'm just allergic to my desert because if you noticed, I didn't have this nasal thing while I was by the beach. I guess I guess my body likes the moisture of the beach area. So, I got my shot yesterday. So far so good. I asked the doctor if I could play tennis this morning because, hey, I got a game, you know what I mean? And he said, as long as I don't use a two-handed backhand, I'm okay. I hope I can do that. So I'm going to wrap my hand back up. And that way I'm hopefully going to remember not to use this hand. It's really hard to remember. Oh, except that it hurts when I do. So that's a good recall tool. Cinco de Mayo. Ole, ole. You know, the word "olé" is kind of exciting because when it's written in Spanish, there's an upside down exclamation point, then the word, or caramba, there's an upside down exclamation point at the beginning of the word, and then what we call regular exclamation point at the end. And ever since I was a kid and took Spanish in high school, I thought, what a cool tool that would have. How come we don't have that? Because when you really want something to be exciting and you have that upside down exclamation point, you know before you even read it that it's going to be something special. I think we should include that on our keyboards and we should use that in everyday writing because I tend to have everything in my life be that exciting, right? Yeah, true story. Let's see. Cinco de Mayo. What does that mean? I think that means tonight for dinner, it's going to be margaritas and burritos or tacos or, oh my God, there's just pretty much no Mexican food I don't like that I know of. Um, yeah, Mexican food. I love Mexican food. Okay, Cinco de Mayo. Wear red, green, and white. Go out and celebrate. We can call it Taco Tuesday on Wednesday. Good morning, Opa. Good morning, Jenny. Good to see you guys. You know what? I know I was with everybody yesterday, but coming home last night and being in my studio this morning makes me feel like I'm home with you. Good morning. See what's behind me? Oh, they're so beautiful. Wonder if I can get them any closer. Wait a minute. How about now? They are magnificent. It is the most beautiful baby roses and little wax flowers, pink baby roses. That was always my favorite. And that's what my son gets me every year for Mother's Day. And we celebrated early. We had a fabulous time. It was my son and Katie and my daughter. And we just had just the most delicious Vietnamese food. And it was kind of fun. It was like the kind of place where you just look at the menu and you order a whole bunch of things and everybody tries everything. And it's funny because I used to be the pickiest eater on the planet. I wouldn't try anything. Now, put it in front of me, and unless it really doesn't appeal to me, I'm going to give it a shot. My favorite thing was the spring rolls. You know, it's wrapped in that like rice paper or whatever they call it, that it's like almost like flat and glutinous and the wrap is, but it tastes so good. And one we had meat and vegetables in it, and one was just shrimp and vegetables. They were amazing. Then we drank a lot of wine and we laughed a whole lot of laughter. And that was my favorite part. The love and the laughter was awesome. The whole weekend was like that. Oh, it wasn't a weekend. It felt like a weekend. It felt like a weekend. I mean, I went there with purpose to get that shot in my hand, but I walked along the esplanade in Redondo Beach from Redondo to Palos Verdes with one girlfriend. We must have seen, I'm going to say, 36 dolphins at the time. Good morning, love. And then I walked twice. I did the peer-to-peer walk from Hermosa Beach to Manhattan Beach. Just beautiful. The surfers and the bathing beauties and the volleyball players and the old people out for their strolls and the runners and the bike riders and the skateboarders. I even saw a dog skateboarding. It was like so cute. Just zooming along with his mom and dad on his skateboard. Little babies in strollers and little toddlers out of strollers walking alongside, pushing their own strollers. People in their homes along the beach just kind of hanging out, doing their thing, enjoying the thrill of being able to live right at the beach. It was pretty terrific. It was pretty terrific. And then yesterday, I spent part of the day with a dear old friend from high school, and we walked along the cliffs in Palos Verdes at Terranea after having a delicious outdoor picnicky kind of lunch and playing catch up for a while. It was pretty delightful. It was pretty dang delightful. Makes that ride all seem worth it. Yeah, just. And like I think I told you yesterday, I got really lucky. There was no June gloom happening in Hermosa Beach the last few days. It was just sunny and bright and beautiful. And I enjoyed every second of it. Oh, and then I did something I haven't done in a very long time. I don't think I told you about it because I think it was just yesterday. I had a Pamper day. I did. I haven't done this since before the pandemic, and I had my mask and I felt really safe. I went to my old favorite place and I had a manicure and a pedicure, and I got my eyelashes waxed, and I just pampered myself. It was fabulous. I sat back in the massage chair and got a little neck massage, a little upper back massage. Oh, so it's not my wrist, Ginny. Thanks for asking. It's my hand. I mean, literally, it's my hands that I'm having a problem with. Lucky for me, one of my dear, dear friends is an orthopedic surgeon who specializes, you guessed it, in hands, or at least I think he specializes in hands. Anyway, I had trigger finger, and I'm not going to play with it. Trigger finger, where your finger gets stuck in this position and you can't open it. I could deal with the trigger finger. I actually think the trigger finger is kind of funny. It's like a wham, and then it just stays there. But it's the pain that I couldn't deal with. It was waking me up at night and hurting in the morning, and it would be like until maybe 3, 4 in the afternoon that I could just use my hand. I still can't really with either hand make a full fist without it hurting, or do things like snap my fingers, or oh yeah, I couldn't snap my fingers with my right hand before. No, I could with my right hand, I guess. Anyway, thank you for asking. I think I have to check with Indy, but I think I woke up during the night because it hurt. Because I think I woke him up by crying out, but I'm going to check with him later. That might have been a dream. I don't know. Anyway, either this is going to work and I will be pain free in my left hand for the next 5, 6 months or forever, or it won't work and I'll have to go have surgery. Actually, apparently from what my doctor friend told me, the surgery is less painful than the shot. The shot is awful. Yeah, I said a lot of dirty words in his office, but he's my friend, so I can do that. Treatment plan. Treatment plan is ice, and relax it. Oh, it's working. No, I can't say it's working right away. He told me not to mess with it, but I still can't make a fist with this hand yet. So it may or may not work. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's early morning. And your knee works right away? Wow. Wow. Oh, but only for 2 months. He told me I can only get 3 shots, and he doesn't wanna give me the 3rd one. He said if the second one doesn't peppermint oil. I have some. I'll give that a shot. Thank you. So, every 3 months? That's dangerous. You're not supposed to have that much cortisone. You better check into that, and maybe it's not cortisone, maybe it's something else. Anyway, I'm moving, grooving. We'll see. I'm playing tennis today. I'm just not using my left hand much. He just said no backhands, no two-handed backhands. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's the Great American Grump Out today. You know what that means, don't you? That means no being grumpy today. You're supposed to focus on happiness and fun and being positive today. Positive actions. No grumpies. Don't accept any grumpies today. And tell them it's a grump out day. Knock it off. It's also hoagie day. But come on, we're into tacos today, so no hoagies. Do the taco thing. It is hug a shed and take a selfie. Sorry, I don't get it. I read all about it, and it's exactly what it still says. Hug a shed and take a selfie. I don't get it. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, yeah. Opa had a bad yesterday. We haven't heard about it yet. I'm not sure we want to hear about it. But Opa, don't be grumpy, because the only person the grumpy hurts is you. The other people, whoever, whatever, they don't feel you're grumpy. Only you do. The best revenge is success. So if you can stay happy in the face of other people being real jerks, you win. Congratulations. Yeah, we'll talk later. It's Cartoonist Day. It's Bike to School Day. So if your kids are in actual school, great. If let them bike there carefully. I'm not sure I favor that for everybody, but you know your neighborhood, so you decide. Let's see. Can I tell you what homecoming was like with Bailey yesterday? That dog was so excited that I came home. I think he was sure that I abandoned him forever. And he came in twice this morning, once about 4:45 and once about 5 after 5. And then with Indy, when Indy came in and said, get your lazy butt out of bed. It's time to get going. Yeah. And Bailey just kept checking to make sure I was really still here. Oh, they rejected your proposal for visitation to your grandson, Opa. I knew it was not good news. That's why I sent you my love, but I didn't know it was that. Bummer. Don't give up. Keep going there. Keep going there. Keep being the kindest, most adorable Opa that you are. It's going to work eventually. I know it is. It is. You deserve to see your grandchild. I know. It's oyster day. Do you like oysters? I love oysters. They're so slimy and goopy, but they're so delicious. And they're cooked so many different ways. There's baked and fried and out of the shell, on the half shell, Rockefeller. I just love oysters. Love oysters. Oh, no oysters for Ginny. I love oysters. I don't know how that happened, picky eater that I am. Okay, Opa. Opa says it's on now in capital letters, big letters. We're with you, kiddo. We're with you. If it's on and you need our support, you got our support. You want us to write letters for you? We'll tell the court how wonderful you are. All of us will. We love you. Today we pay homage to a gentleman named Clifton Keith Hilligars. Clifton Heath Hilligars. You probably don't know him by his name. But if you went to high school or college and you had to read books, you sure loved your Cliff Notes. Clifton did the work, so we didn't have to. Bless your heart and rest easy, darling. We're still loving you after all these years. 1961, Alan Shepard was the first astronaut to travel in space. He was on Freedom 7, and he was the first one, Alan Shepard. Let's remember that. 1960. Oh, I don't know if you remember this. 1960 was a long time ago. And I know I wasn't that old, but I remember this so well. Gary Powers, was that his name? Wait, I wrote it down somewhere. Francis Gary Powers, that was what it was. An American was shot down by the USSR in a spy plane. Yeah, we got caught spying on the Russians. We got busted, man. We got busted bad, internationally busted. I don't think we even denied it at the time. We just did whatever we could to get Francis Gary Powers back. Spying. It was like being in one of those spy movies. I can only imagine what it would be like if it happened today. It'd probably start a world war. Anyway, Francis Gary Powers shot down as a spy over Russia, over Russian waters or something like that. 1960. In 1904, Cy Young pitched the first perfect baseball game. And I did a little research because I wasn't sure exactly what that meant. Did that mean he struck everybody out? Could he, like hit somebody with the ball and walk them? And could he walk them? And was that still a perfect game? And the answer is no. A perfect game is when no one gets to first base against that pitcher. That's pretty cool. And he was playing for the Boston Americans. You never heard of the Boston Americans? That's because later they became the Boston Red Sox. So for all you Boston Red Sox fans, did you know your team was originally called the Boston Americans? And did you know that you couldn't have a walk in a perfect game? I didn't. Anniversary of the birth of Tyrone Power. I think that handsome, gorgeous man was probably my first actor crush. Yeah, and I haven't had very many, but if there's an old movie and Tyrone Power is in it, understand he had a son who's also good looking. Don't know what he looks like. It's also this celebration, and I say celebration because for a lot of people it was the celebration of the death of Napoleon. For some people, it was sad. But I always thought Napoleon was cool because he was a diminutive person of great power. And come on, diminutive people out there, we want that great power, right? We want it, but we want it for good, not for evil. Yeah. Be a little Napoleon. Yeah. Okay. Little people like us and Napoleon. Oh, this was so cute. I think everybody who ever saw it loved the movie Crocodile Dundee. It was just a really fun movie. And Paul Hogan was like adorable. And Linda Zolinsky or whatever her name is, she was like perfect in the part of the woman who fell in love with Crocodile Dundee. So here's what I didn't know. In 1990, which was shortly after the movie, they got married. Yeah. I wonder if they're still married. I don't know. I didn't check that. But isn't that so cute? I didn't know that sometimes what happens in movies translates into real life. That was so cool. Okay, this one blew me away. When you think of Tchaikovsky, don't you think of Tchaikovsky like, 17 generations past, like almost like ancient history Tchaikovsky, right? Well, apparently in 1981, the music hall opened in New York City. It was later to become Carnegie Hall, but when it opened, it was called the Music Hall in New York City. And opening night, their guest conductor was Tchaikovsky. That was in 1891. He only lived till 1893, it turns out. I had to go do checking because it was like Tchaikovsky was the conductor. He had to be dead by then. I think of him like Beethoven or something. No, he was still alive for 2 more years. And there's that old joke of, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Said the tourist. And the New Yorker said, practice, my dear, practice. Get it? I knew you would. That's almost like a dad joke. You want a dad joke? Which days are the strongest? Well, Saturday and Sunday, because the others are weekdays. What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle? Don't know? Attire. Attire. You get it. Okay. What else? Oh, 1962, the soundtrack of West Side Story hit #1. And the soundtrack of West Side Story stayed at #1 for 54 weeks. Come on, if you grew up anywhere around the 60s, you knew every song on there by heart. At least I did. Hey, Officer Krupke, Krupp you. Yeah, that might have been, Dear Officer Krupke, we're really... Okay, I won't go into it. I loved the music of West Side Story. And that's especially appropriate because apparently they've redone West Side Story. I'm almost afraid to see it because how do you top Natalie Wood singing, I feel pretty, oh so pretty? I mean, come on, the cast was amazing. Yeah, West Side Story. I knew Ginny would love it if I loved it. We always seem to love the same things. It won't be the same, Ginny, but I have my fingers crossed that it's going to be wonderful. And maybe they'll actually use Puerto Ricans to play Puerto Ricans. Wouldn't that be unusual? Instead of putting a whole lot of dark makeup on people and saying Puerto Rican. I don't know. Would have pissed me off if I was Puerto Rican. Anyway, Word art today. I picked a couple of different ones about the same subject and put them up there for you. You are the boss of you. You. Let me say that again because you might not have gotten that. You are the boss of you. You might not be able to control what's going on around you. Ooh, Opa, this might be for you this morning. But you can control what you do and how you feel about it. Yeah. So if you're the boss of you, I would suggest that you be a really good boss and be fair, be supportive, be nice, be loving. Don't be judgmental. Be forgiving. Yeah. Maybe it's a day for you to go out and pamper you. That's what I would like to see. Okay, and what I would like to see is the day begin with sunshine. Can you see out the window there? You can't really see anything, can you? Nope, but sun is bright and shining. We've got a repairman coming in about, an hour to come and work on the casita sandita. Well, because I need to get it ready in case you show up, right? Okay, get out there and have yourselves a pamperful day. Not pamperful, not a full pamper. Pamper yourself fully. Ooh, that's a play on words, huh? Okay. Have today be a day about sipping and smiling. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. It's the revenge of the 5th. Yeah. Yesterday was May the 4th be with you. Today is revenge. Love you. Bye-bye.